Hey, hello. So we are here for a playtest of Nahual. We are on the Gauntlet Con 2018, and I'm here with these beautiful people who's helping me test my game soon on Kickstarter. So we've done some character creation, some setup of the plays they run and all that, and we're gonna jump into some scenes. So let's say it's like dinner hours, and you have your taqueria, which is called El Pájaro en el Maíz, which is the bird in the corn. That's the metaphor you are using for your tacos, your angel meat tacos, and so yeah, it's a regular dinner night, like in the middle of the week, and what's each of you kind of doing? You have this lady, this is Doña Lupe, and she is the one like used to own the place before it was angel meat in it. In the tacos, it was a regular taco joint, and you came in to help her keep the place afloat and pushing back some caciques that were trying like to how you say, make her pay for protection and that kind of stuff. And so Doña Lupe is the one that put the flavor on the tacos, and she's usually the one in the kitchen. So the other ones, it's a regular like weeknight. What are you kind of doing?
As the meat's coming out, like the tacos are prepared and stuff like that, I'm probably the one that makes it like look pretty, like in the taco, like plate it and then bring it out to people. Like people probably have numbers or something and they're milling around the streets and talking and stuff like that. And I'm just like bringing them and taking the numbers and stuff because I'm the pretty one. I don't get my hands dirty.
Okay, present a little bit your character, so we can like.
Yeah. So my name is Cheeto. I'm a man with playful eyes, elegant look. I'm reckless. I get XP when I go into unnecessary danger. I'm beautiful, and that attracts attention from people. And I'm graceful. Like my move is divine grace. And I'm also nimble is one of the moves that I have. So I have like uncanny reflexes in dangerous situations. And my playbook is the deer, the venado. And I have got a nice apartment in a fancy neighborhood, a hot ride, and a top-notch stylish blade. But I'm more of a I don't think I regularly get into too many fights.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, and so your place you choose popular, so it is usually crowded. And now my question will be: is it popular because of of the of the sazon we say in Spanish, the taste and the cooking of Doña Lupe, or is it because they have this beautiful waiter like tending the tables and greeting people as they come into the place?
Maybe both. Maybe even like Philip was saying, how like the night time is like a specific clientele that come to the back. Maybe that's when we do the angel meat services, and then during the day is normal. So that's how we're able to stay popular, is we're catering to both crowds and segregating both crowds. But probably in both cases, people like to see an attractive face, and maybe I don't know what tipping culture is like in Mexico, but maybe if they like me, they give me a little bit of tips if it makes sense.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, it is common. Nice. Okay, so then what is who wants to go next?
So I can go next.
Mm-hmm.
I'm envisioning that I'm kind of bussing tables and doing some dishes as needed, kind of cleaning up stuff, mopping spills off the floor. If somebody has kids that threw stuff on the floor or something, I'll go grab the bucket and clean that up. So for the broadcast, to introduce my character, I'm Kike. I'm kind of ambiguous gender presentation and kind of a messy look. I'm always wearing this like oversized and climate inappropriate coat, but I've got all kinds of pockets in it with anything that I could want to find. I can pull out of the pockets of this coat. And personality-wise, I'm kind of always got some sort of hustle going on. I don't want to settle down to a regular job with defined responsibilities. So even here at the taco joint, like I'm never on the official schedule, but I'm always around, and you can always get me to do whatever needs to be done. But just don't like make me promise in advance that I'm going to be there to do something. So yeah, so I'm going around just cleaning stuff up and doing dishes and stuff. And yeah, Fraser asked a good question about my pronouns, because if this was in an English-speaking area, I'd go with they, but I know Spanish doesn't have a gender-neutral pronoun like that, or maybe you do, and I just don't know it.
No, we actually don't. But yeah, since we're playing in English, that's okay. Like
okay, yeah, maybe I like switch back and forth or something.
Maybe some. I mean, the players we can all use they. Maybe people also, like some people call you one and some other people call you the other.
Yeah, and I never correct anybody, so nobody really knows.
Cool. Okay.
So it really is ambiguous.
Yeah.
Cool. So and now, Philip.
Yeah. So I am. So did we say that this is like the late night crowd, or this is the regular crowd?
I think it's late night, right?
Yeah, so I am playing Bouncer. I am at this back door. It's propped open, and I'm standing like by it. Actually, I think it's not propped open. It's closed because like we don't advertise that it's open. So like people just walk up and walk in, but when they come right in the door, they're greeted by me. Greeted, I say, but really I'm just standing there looking scary. I'm like, I am the perro. I am like a rabid street dog, but I'm like a giant. Like I'm like 6 foot. I'm like my real size height. I'm like 6'5", except I'm like full of muscle, unlike my real self. And I think I'm wearing. Like, do you guys think this is like a prestigious crowd, or is this just like do I dress up for this at all?
I wonder if it's the opposite for that. Like, if the day or afternoon is catering to the businessy people, yeah,
Okay.
and we're downtown, right? So they would be the dressed up folk.
They would be, yeah.
This is the sort of like real-esque look, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think in that case, I am wearing like a tank top that is like showing my muscle off, and I think I'm wearing some like black jeans or something and some boots, and I think my bike jacket is on the coat rack nearby.
Cool, nice. So this secret door that you have, like for these hours, it is on the same side where there is the area where you live, this shack that you have there next to the taco joint, or?
I think there's like a fenced off area, and I'm imagining it has like those plastic strips they put through the chain link. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a little obscured, although if someone like got up close, they could probably see through it pretty easily. And yeah, I think it's outside, like it's like to the left of that pen. It's outside of my dog pen.
Okay. Cool. Cool. So and also, well, around. I mean, you're in downtown, but this is like night hours, and it is like your secret times. But around it, I'm. What do you think? That all the business around are closed, and you are the only ones like kind of secretly working, or there is some late night business also open, or how it could be?
It could be like a subculture thing. Like, I'm sure there's nightclubs and stuff open as well, but maybe like everybody that is in this side of subculture scene has establishments open at this time. It's kind of like the witching hour, except for this subculture or something.
Yeah, there's maybe like a few blocks where there's stuff going on. There's some other restaurants open and some like nightclubs and stuff. But then kind of you go out a little farther from that is where all the office buildings and stuff that are closed for the night would be.
Okay, yeah. So I imagine that far from afar. Well, not too far, but somewhere around. We can hear like the muffled sound of music of some sort of like disco bar or some joint where they have like this loud music that goes beyond the building, and we like kind of hear it a little bit muffled. And yeah, okay, so yeah, you Theo, you are there at the door, like getting in, like the people that already maybe this the people you already know. It's kind of invitation only, or how do you, if somebody like totally new comes to the door, like?
I think that if someone totally new walks through, then I like invade their space and like I'm in their face and I'm just like making them uncomfortably back up and go out the door again. I think that if someone tried to get past me, I would probably grab them and force them out. Yeah.
Okay, but if somebody brings a regular client brings somebody new, that you let them through.
Oh yeah. The
question.
rule is actually the rule we said earlier, or I think I said earlier, was that if you know about the door, then you can come through the door. So, and I think that's true, but I think also at the same time, like, I think that we keep like certain people out, right? Like, I think we keep like kids out at night.
Okay.
And I think that we also keep like if anyone if we think anyone is armed, then we definitely like don't let them through.
Yeah. Also, if I imagine also if you see somebody like wandering off, like and somehow stumble with that door, like what's here? What is? Then you stop them, like.
Yeah, maybe like we want people to know why they're coming at that time, right?
Okay,
like
cool.
it's not just about the door. It's also about like the food, right? So
Cool. Okay. Yeah. So you're there at the door, and then it's on the side, right? The door. Okay. Yeah, but I imagine it's some sort of like alleyway that you are in, and you see parking on the street. Like your regular hours business has, I imagine the taqueria has a door to the street front, like when you're normally open. So and you see a car, a dark car parking in front of the place, and you see a man coming in and through the the little narrow alley you are in, and it's carrying a briefcase, and it's like kind of well dressed, and it's walking towards you, like towards the door, but you have never seen him before. So he gets there, he gets closer to the door, but I don't know what you do.
Yeah. So he has a briefcase, you said?
Yeah.
And I don't recognize him, and he's coming here with a briefcase. I think that and I'm seeing this from inside, right? Or am I
thought you
outside
were
the door? I'll be outside the door. I'll be outside. And yeah, I think that I was just like I was in the pen, and that's when I saw him coming up. And so I like hopped the fence to get in his way.
Okay.
Yeah. And what's my dang my move that I chose? Oh, it's invade the privacy of someone you consider your pack. Okay, that's not this. Yeah, I'm just going to I'm going to get in his face. Yeah, I'm just like I'm there, and I think that like, oh man, to make it like even more uncomfortable or something, I think that like yeah, no, I'll just get in his face. And yeah, I'm like, hey, wait, who are you?
Okay, yeah. So he's kind of short, so he's kind of looking at you like like that.
So I'm a
Like,
giant.
and yeah, and he kind of stutters a little bit before talking, but he managed to say like, I'm here to see the owner. I have a business proposition.
And I think I look up at the window on this. I think I look at the window. I'm imagining that in the window is Chito, who's like watching.
Sure.
And like, what do you like signal to me?
What do I signal? Maybe that it's weird that somebody would make a business proposal so late at night.
And yeah, so I'm like, look, you need to come back in the day. This is we're closed right now, is what I say.
Yeah.
Am I doing a move here? I don't know.
Okay, you just want like to like let's say no, we're close, or you want to like make him go away.
Well, I'm kind of like,
if you're just like saying that and waiting for his reaction.
I am like lying, trying to get him to go away.
Okay.
This may be
maybe you're making a fuss.
Yeah.
To make him go away. Cool.
Yeah. So I'm like, look, we're closed right now. You can't come in. I don't know who you are. You want to talk business? It's like late. You think the owner is here this late? This is just to, like clean up.
Okay, so roll your mania.
All right, let's do it. So for my stat of that name, let me get to that. Vertical scroll. Here we go. For my mania, I have -1, so I'm not good at this.
Okay.
And let's see how I do. Oh, I did really well. I got a 9.
Nice.
So it says when you make a fuss, on a 7 and 9, they aren't quite convinced. The Mirakame will tell you what it will take to sell them on it.
Okay, you see him like when you say that, then somebody, I don't know, like maybe someone inside on the tables, like somebody like they are chatting and all, and maybe somebody does a joke and they laugh loud, like it is clear that there's clientele inside, and he looks at the door and say, but I am like, what's that sound? I mean, and I was told to come at this time. And
Okay.
So what I will tell you is that either you may convince him to go away. Well, the obvious way it will be like to physically threaten him, but then maybe you can also like make some sort of appointment for him, like later, so that he's convinced that he will be like received in the next time he comes.
I think what I'll do is I'll be like, maybe I'm like, because who's the owner? Is the owner still Lupe? Or
I don't know. That's up to you.
I was imagining that Lupe is still officially the owner of the place.
That's kind of what I was feeling too. I think that I like look over my shoulder again. And Chito, I think that I like look to you again and like motion to like meet me at the door.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, we're gonna need to look in that briefcase before we can bring you in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the owner's not here, but you know, Tito makes a lot of the calls around here. And I think that I lead him over to the door.
Sure.
Okay, so you let him in.
No. I lead him
Just
to the door. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Waiting for Cheetah to come.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Sure. And I'll just like back you up and say that Lupe is the one that can make the calls around here. So the only thing that you'd be doing now is talking to us, and then we'd have to talk to her, and then you'd have to talk to her again. So it's just, you know, why not cut out the middleman and come another time?
And I'm like, what's in the briefcase?
Yeah.
Oh, and he puts it up like to open it, and it's just papers, and he opens it, and yeah, it's like folders and papers, and
and I think I like pick one up and I like squint at it, and it's like not clear to the viewer if I can actually read or not. But I like look to you, Chito, and I just like shrug, like I don't know what this is, and I just like toss it back in the briefcase.
Okay, yeah. So he closes the briefcase and say, "Okay, it's totally fine. With whoever, like, I can talk about this. I was sent to talk to the owner, but if you can convey my message to the owner, that's totally okay too. So my employer wants to buy this place."
And I like immediately get like like I think I know what's going on. And I say, is your employer buying a lot of places around here?
Well, just those that have like special products.
and I like lean into to your ear, Tio, and I'm like, I bet this is fucking Letty. And I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. We'll talk to our boss and get back to you.
Oh no, I'll come back. That you don't have to bother. Tell me when can I come back?
And I think that like Teo like scratches his chest hair sticking out from his tank top, and he's just like, just come back, tomorrow in the day.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, at noon it's okay.
Yeah, I think it like went completely over like Teo's head that Chito didn't want this guy back.
Yeah.
Come back tomorrow.
Yeah, and I like roll my eyes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I'll be here tomorrow noon, and I hope I can. I mean, if you say that this person Lupe is the owner, I hope I can talk to her. Or if you still want to be the negotiators, that's totally okay too. It's understandable. And yeah, so he have a good night. He says, and he turns and goes to his car.
I feel like I want to follow him to see if he works for Letty.
Okay, cool.
and I'm like, cover me, which is not really possible for Tio to do. But
so you want me to go with you? Like, I like to think that you like snap it at me, whatever you ask me to do, because you still don't like me.
Yeah. Ooh, maybe like we get a funny shot of like me opening the door to the taco place and we see everybody having fun. It's really busy and all this stuff. And then we yell at Kike and we're like, cover for us. And we're going out and Kike's like, I fucking hate you guys. We're going out for a few minutes or whatever, right?
Okay, so Kike, you were like taking maybe a dish with tacos to the table that Lupe put there and was waiting for Chito to take it and bring it to the table, but Chito was like, no.
Yeah, I saw Chito was occupied, so I decided to go ahead and take it and preemptively do him a favor, and he can pay me back later for covering all his tables.
Okay. So okay, you go there to the table and do take this order, and somebody else like raises their hands and ask you for like to go and take extra order, like they want to order more tacos and something like that, and you go to that table too. So
yeah, I'll go and I'll like fish around in my pockets and find a pen and paper to write down their order.
Cool. Okay. So let's do this. I was supposed to make it like at the very beginning of the session, but now that we are looking at the kind of like the going of the business, let's do this expendium move, which is in the Changarro PDF of the sheets.
Okay.
So the first thing will be like the restock. Your restock is 5 boxes. The track has 5 boxes, but the very first session, normally every session you will mark 1 restock, like to kind of in the way in the second edition of Apocalypse where you mark, you have like to pay for your lifestyle. This is kind of similar. Like every session, you mark 1 restock to represent that like a going of product through the business. But the very first one you'll mark 3 instead. So you are 3 restock up, and then for the move, the expendium move, We're gonna see how the business is going. So we roll with questions. So the first question is: does everyone trust each other?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, we didn't saw in the like in the presentation of the characters, in the relaciones of the characters, there was not like friction there to be like, I
Yeah,
don't trust you.
I have
So
I have a little bit of a toxic relationship with Tio, but Tio is okay with it apparently. So yeah.
cool. Okay, yeah.
Toxic
we have
relationships?
complicated relationships, but not like distrust.
Yeah,
Right.
sure. Okay, you get +1 for that. Then the other question is, have you been reliable with your service? So since this is kind of like the first session, I mean, I will say yes, but I leave it to you. Like, what do you think?
Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
I think so.
You're popular,
Like I was
mean.
able to jump in and fill in for Cheeto and so forth. So I think we've been reliable.
Okay, and then you have had no unhappy clients yet because again it's the first session. And is anyone slacking on their duties?
Yep. Us. Right now.
Okay, so that will be a -1. So from +2 we will go to +1. So anyone can roll this.
I'll go ahead and roll it since I'm the only one left in the place at the moment.
Yeah,
so.
you and Doña Lupe.
Yeah. Didn't we say he had to come back to talk to her?
Yeah, but they lied.
Okay.
Yeah, Doña Lupe is there.
Yeah, because I was like, wait, but then who's making the tacos?
Yeah.
Okay, hang on, the roll for your party thing is freezing on me.
I think that Doña Lupe, I think that she prepares the meat like in the evening before she leaves, and then like we just like throw together the tacos for whoever is ordering them.
Oh, so okay, so you don't have her for this shift?
That's what I was thinking, but I mean, we can. It doesn't.
How did you tell me?
I mean, if we have her here, then that might be better because then that means that we are lying and that ups the stakes. So sure.
Yeah, I like that it's a lie too, because otherwise, it's even worse for Kike. It's just like, okay, now.
Also, that
okay,
also.
Okay. I just accidentally rolled 22 d6.
Whoa!
So I was trying to type it too, and it didn't look like it went because the roll for your party room was was freezing on me. So now I got to clear all of these 22 dice that I just rolled. Okay. Now we're gonna roll 2 of them. There we go. Okay. So that's 5. We got a +1. That's still only 6.
Okay. So cool. Okay, so let's see in a minute how that miss goes. So in the meantime, you both want to follow that car. Do you go on your own vehicles or how do you want to follow it?
Yeah, I was thinking I probably have my vehicle here. I've got what did I have? I had a hot ride is what it says. So
what is it?
Let's say a classic car. Let's say a 67 Stingray.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So Theo, you hop on with Chiron.
And it's like blue pearl. So in the daytime it looks blue, and at nighttime it looks black.
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
and I think that I'm like a little smelly from the long day. And I think like I'm just like kicking back in this passenger seat with my foot up on your dash and like my arm like up on the window, and you're like getting full windblown body odor from me.
Great.
Yeah, this is the thing that's happening.
Okay, yeah. So you follow the car, and there's still traffic on the street. So you managed like to to kind of like follow. But then you go outside from downtown and into this like how do you say in English?
Like
Well,
suburbs?
yeah, the suburbs. Yeah, well, that's kind of like the houses area, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you start following there, and then he goes towards this like more fancy area, and then it will be like more suspicious. Like now it's kind of like only two. You are the only two cars like driving at this hour. So I'm gonna have you to uh, make a move to try to avoid detection from him. So you will be bracing yourself.
Okay.
Oh, maybe you know what? Maybe it's a sneak around.
Sneak around, sure.
Oh, it's conference.
Sneak around is. I have a 1 in sneak around. Menya. So let's see. I'll be blue dice. A 9.
Okay, yeah. So you have one hold, and while you're following him,
Yeah.
you can spend that hold like to choose one of these options. Yeah. So okay, so he gets into a spot where there is this private neighborhood, like this private area with a fence.
A gate.
Yeah, a gate. Yeah, with like security and all that stuff. Like, he gets there. There is like a small like booth there. That somebody comes out and greets him and opens the gate, and he goes through. So, what do you do?
I think I turned to you and I'm like, figures that we would get here and we probably need Kike to get into this place. Because Kike is like the sneaky one, right?
Yeah, I think that I am just gonna like. I think I'm just gonna like try and jump this fence and get in, and I don't know that I'm really being sneaky.
Yeah.
I think I'm just like going for it.
But you will go through the front gate. I mean, there is like a wall around. Like maybe you go to the side and jump through the wall, or are you like literally going through in front through the fence and jumping?
I think it would be cool if we talk about our Nahual powers.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. So there is also changes in that from last version that you saw. I have now implemented like there is this concept in the comics that there is the 6 levels of transformation. Let me see if I can get you an image and share on the chat. So in the previous version, you started the game in the third, controlling the 3rd level of transformation. But now with the changes I have been doing, I have switched it to start with the first one. So, but since this is a one shot, I'm gonna bump you again to the 3rd level. So it's you are already like brujo level of.
Okay.
Yeah. So assume that you have like checked like all those stuff towards brujo level.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's you also can do like all that cool stuff.
Okay.
So for the ones that is their first time playing, so the transformation lets you do like supernatural stuff, and when you transform, you can access those things that are in the levels of transformation on your character and your playbook. For example, you will be now controlling the third level, so you can at any moment, like those channel abilities, you have access to those when you are in that stage. Like if I am and also there's this other thing, you control. I'm giving you control to the up to the third level or the third stage. But if you want, you can just transform to the first one or to the second one. Like it is this thing of kind of saving energy kind of thing. Like yeah, I just need to jump this fence. I don't need to go bonkers and go full brujo level and that kind of thing. Like it is up to you to because to transforming you will be paying an amount of stress equal to the stage you want to transform. So if you want to go to third stage, you will be marking 3 stress. So and the other thing that the transformation allows you is that you have your signature moves. Your signature move is always active, you always have it, but the totem moves, the ones below, are only active when you transform, so you don't have access to those until you transform. I don't know if there is any questions. Something I missed explaining.
I think I'm clear. I like the idea of using like the second stage impossible jump to mark stress to do that thing. So I'll go ahead and mark a stress. I'm at 1 stress now, and yeah, I think what we see is I have to put on my mask and everything, right? This
Yeah,
is the cool part. Okay.
So first you transform. So but let's hold you there for a bit second and go to the place, to the miss that we had on the changarro. Kike, you are there like tending to the tables and it's starting at the beginning. It was just like, yeah, this table, but then it has to start like to pile up the things.
Yeah,
like you have to run up
rushing back and forth and giving people the wrong tacos, and then I have to straighten that out. And...
Yeah. And then you have this client like you don't know how or why, or well, you just realize that it's been a while he's ordered and there's nothing on their table, and it is a couple, and they're like now super mad, and they're like they like signal to you and ask you to come to the table.
Okay, so yeah, I go over there and yeah, can I help you?
Yeah, just cancel my order. We are leaving.
Oh, I'm so sorry. What was your order? What did you have? And I'm flipping through my notebook where I've got all the orders jotted down.
Yeah. Okay. So it takes you like half a minute to find it and yeah, like let's say like some sort of like specialty tacos that they ordered. And yeah, yeah, it's
I kind of want to say it was some sort of specialty thing, and so as he's telling me to cancel it, I remember seeing it like on the thing ready to be picked up, and I'm like, oh, God damn, like, now we're gonna have to throw those out because usually hardly anybody orders those. But I'm like, all right, yeah, I'll cancel your order, sir.
Okay, so you don't try to stop them to convince them to stay or anything?
Well, let me see, because if I wanted to try to convince them, yeah, because if I'm now remembering that their order is there, I'll try to open the moves here so that I can see what my options are here. Yeah, can I? So make a fuss sounds appropriate, right? If I want to kind of fuss over them and tell them, it's right over there, and we'll totally get it for you, and I'll like throw in an extra, something with it.
Okay, so
to apologize for the wait. So roll with Manya. Roll just 2. Okay, oh, hang on. Okay, that was... Which ones are the new ones? I just...
It was an 8. I say it says their last roll total 8.
Oh, there it is. Okay. So I forgot that it has that thing. Okay, so it's an 8 plus 2, so that's a 10.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you managed to like it's right there. It's already coming out. And what else do you tell them?
Yeah, and I give them some extra, some sort of a side dish or something, on the house to apologize for the wait.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah, you managed like to calm it. You still see like the lady is kind of like happy and not well. He's like accept like your extra thing, but you see that the guy is still like mad, like like he's probably gonna look for any other like small pretext like to snap again.
Okay, but
yeah,
he's
you managed to
calm
handle
for
that
now.
thing. Yeah, it is calm for now. Okay, yeah. So you, Theo, you take out your mask. So describe your mask for us.
Yeah, my mask is I think that it is I think that it's like a ceramic mask. Like black though. And I think that it's like a really hard ceramic, so it doesn't just shatter when you drop it. And I think that as I put it on, like this black ceramicness seems to just like spread over my body, and like I start like sprouting like fur where it spreads, and my skin just all turns black, Yeah, and I think that as a Nahual, I am not completely furry. I think that I actually have like a lot of like black skin showing, but I have like tufts of hair like behind my head and on my shoulders, and yeah, for
Cool,
sure.
nice. So there is this other thing for the other two who have not played yet. I also ask, when you transform, like your perception of the world around you changes, like and it is different for each character. So for Theo, how the world around, how he sees the world now.
Yeah, definitely. I think that the world, kind of becomes black in a way. Like everything becomes like colored like black, except that there's like a weird sense of synesthesia with smells. So like smells have colors.
Nice.
And yeah. So like I might look at Chito next to me, and I might be like, I might see him as being, I don't know, what do you smell like?
Probably some sort of nice cologne, right? Like some sort of fancy one, but fancy colognes are often made like kind of shittily, right? Like they have ingredients that are bad for the environment and stuff, so it might even look like that, like kind of gross, like a smell that smells good but looks disgusting or something.
Yeah, I think it's like this, like you're kind of like caked in this like blue-green miasma.
Yeah.
And yeah, I like don't get too close to you.
Okay. Yeah, so you said you wanted to change to second stage, right?
Yeah. I was thinking I would just make an impossible jump, right?
Yeah. So first, let's quickly look at the move for unleashing your Nahual, for summoning your Nahual.
Uh-huh.
So it says that you will be marking 2 stress because it's the second stage, but if you have your mask on, mark 1 less stress, or if you eat your trigger, you will be marking also 1 less stress for the
Okay.
transformation only. So will you have like two hearts of the earth? So would you be taking that?
You know, I think I would probably just take the stress because I think I'd probably save my hearts for like a more direct situation, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So I think I just take the 1 stress. I do have my mask, but yeah.
Yeah, so you mark 1 for transforming, and then you will mark the other 1 for jumping the fence like it was nothing.
Right. Okay.
Like
So that's 2
jumping
stress.
the wall like it was nothing. Yeah, and so you say something to Cheeto, like you expect him to follow or what? Or what's the...
Oh, maybe I like pick Cheeto up. Could I do that? Like, can I just like jump over with Cheeto?
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah.
I was wondering too. I don't know if there's going to be more stuff happening at the Taqueria, but another thing we could have done is now that we know where he is, we could go back and get Kiko and then do this if you want. I don't know.
That's totally up to you.
Well, we also have like cell phones. Right?
Yeah, we have cell phones too. Yeah, I don't know if he has a ride.
Yeah, you could just call me.
I think I like text you from my like super dumb flip phone, and I'm just like, I like give you like the street address that's on the curb, and
maybe it took a while to get here, so maybe it's close to ending the shift or something. If you want to come, I don't know.
Yeah, do we want to do it that like you'll wait until closing time, or should I have to like shoo everybody out and close the restaurant down? Because I'm the only like person really working right now.
Yeah,
I think we wait. I think we wait until you're like done. It's probably not that much longer, right? Like from having to get here and then waiting. Yeah. So yeah, I'm imagining like you arrive like maybe right after I put on my mask and had my awesome transformation. And
maybe it was close. It was close to closing hours. Like it was almost time for closing when this fellow came. Sure.
Yeah, and I like to imagine like getting everything closed and like putting the chairs up on the tables and stuff, and that guy whose food was late is still there, and he's like very obviously taking his time finishing, and I'm like, I can't say anything to him because he's already mad at me.
Yeah.
So I'm just hoping that he gets the hint because I'm wiping the other tables and cleaning everything up, and finally he pays and goes.
You like turn the music off, and he's still there, right?
Yeah, he gets like 2 more refills on his drink.
Cool, nice. Yeah, so after all that, you close and you join the other ones.
I'll drive over there.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, guys, what's our plan here?
I wanna see if Letty is the one that's trying to buy us off.
Okay.
And I'm probably like the only person that thinks Letty's bad, right? Like even the businessman was nice, and I'm like, oh, he must be evil.
Okay, so you now jump the fence but the other 2, what are you doing?
Well, I guess we'd have to change to follow.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could also just like shoulder the 2 of you and just be like, "I'm huge," and jump over this wall.
Yeah.
That way we're all not marking stress for like the same exact thing, maybe.
Well, but it will be harder to change like once we're in there if like we get caught or something like that, right? It'd be this way.
We might as well transform first.
Cool. Okay, so let's see, Cheeto, how's your mask? What does your mask looks like?
Yeah, I think it's close to the one on the playbook. So it's wooden
Cool.
and carved and has like very like nice elegant horns. And I think the horns is just like a deer too. They haven't grown very much like a stag. It's
Mm-hmm.
it
Mm-hmm.
shows that I'm still pretty young, like 20 or something like that.
Cool.
And I have a lot of growing left to do.
Nice.
And when I change, I think maybe a part of why I don't like people giving me gifts and all that kind of stuff is because I have pretty light skin. But when I put on the mask, my heritage becomes clear and I become much darker, right? And that maybe like explains why I get so pissed off when people give me gifts and think I'm attractive and stuff like that. And how I see people, I think it becomes like a forest. And my sight and my senses are much heightened and stuff like that. So just like a deer, I'm easily startled and stuff like that.
Nice. Cool. Okay, so what stage do you wanna change to? You control up to the third one,
Right.
and
I
but
think I
it's up to
think
you.
two as well because I'm really into this idea of running over water and vertical surfaces.
Cool.
That sounds very
Nice.
cool. So I mark two stress. Is that?
Yes, but since you have your mask, that would take take one of the stress you will be paying. You will be paying one less, and if you eat your heart of the earth, you will be paying and also one less.
Oh, okay.
You will be paying nothing, but it's up to you.
Sure. Yeah, I'll do that. And then to get over the wall, though, maybe I'll pay. Well, yeah, maybe I'll let me get a boost for that one. But
Yeah, cool.
eventually, I'm gonna be running up some vertical surfaces.
Nice.
For sure.
Okay, and the Tlacuache Kike, what does your mask looks like?
So I think my mask is made entirely out of trash, and it's like really elaborate and like fancy. So you don't realize until you get up really close, and you're like, "Wait, that's like a soda bottle, and those are cigarette butts or whatever
Nice.
else." So like from a distance, it's
Cool.
like this really cool possum mask, and you get up close, and it's like this like trash art piece.
Nice. Cool, awesome. And so what physical changes do we see in Kike?
Yeah, so I think when I put on the mask, I kind of like shrink down to more of a possum size, and like I look like my whole body becomes that same look of like, you know, really intricately made out of trash.
Cool. Cool. Oh, okay. So just to be clear, do you mean you want like to be the size of a possum, of a normal possum, or just shrink a little bit?
Smaller than a human. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because what I was going to explain is that these changes are at the moment like hybrid. Like you still look humanoid, but you show up some stuff, some animal stuff. Like when you are Nahual level, like fourth level, you look more like a regular animal
Okay.
than a humanoid. But at these stages, it's more like a hybrid thing.
Okay.
But yeah, that's totally cool. You can be like shrink a little bit, like
Yeah, I shrink down a little bit.
Cool, nice. And how do you see the world around you now?
That's a good question.
Do valuable things glow for you?
Yes, I like that.
Nice.
Yeah. Anything that might be of interest or of value kind of glows a little bit and stands out from the background.
Nice, cool. Okay. So Theo, you bring them both the other side of the wall, and you are like in this this neighborhood, this private section of the neighborhood, it has like small garden sections between the streets, and the houses are like all fancy and big, and you have no trouble finding that car you were following. You see it parked in front of a big house, and there is some lights there on the second floor. Most of the houses lights are off. Of course, there's some lighting on the street, but the inside lights of the houses, most of them are off. But this one with this car parked outside has this light on the second floor. You obviously, through a window, you can see that it's light there. So what do you do?
I think I'm gonna go up a vertical surface and look through the window.
Cool.
I wanna
Nice.
eavesdrop on them. So I'll mark as stress.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. So you get the other do you want to get in the window, or just like get there and hold yourself next to it?
Maybe just, it depends if I can hear them outside or not. As long as I can hear what they're saying and see who they are.
Yeah, that's why I was asking. Like yeah, you walk in the vertical surface, like run through it, and then get to a spot where you can hold yourself next to the window,
Yeah.
and from there you can hear a conversation on the other side, and you kind of see like shapes. There is this thin curtain, and you kind of see like shapes on the other side, but not entirely clear. And you hear them talking, and you hear the voice of this person that this fellow that went to your place, and you hear them talking about like, yeah, they are gonna see me tomorrow, and don't worry, we're gonna get them to work for us. And that's what you hear him say. And then you hear the other boys like saying something like in the sort of like, and what about the other places? And you see this is not Letty's voice, and this is not Letty's house. You know Letty's house. And but then you see something that caught your eye, like your attention, and surprised a little bit. And you see that this other figure that they are like talking, standing. He moves and walks towards some part of the room, and when he turns and moves, you see that he has like folded wings on his back.
So that means he's Angel?
It could be, but you also know that there is. I mean, you are only seeing like rough shapes, so you're not sure if the wings are feathered or not, because you also know there's some fluff of the setting that it's common knowledge that when you hunt angels, you that have the gift, you can touch them and see them even when they don't want to. And if you touch an angel and let it go alive, the angel kind of becomes like earthbound, like he starts to because they normally are kind of like semi-ethereal creatures, but when a hunter touch them, they kind of get bound to the earth and start like to exist like anybody else, like any other person or creature, and then they start like to deteriorate into until they become demons. So the demons in the world are basically fallen angels. Some are fallen because of their own doings, but others are fallen because the touch of a hunter. So, and there is also this culture, like for example, you are, as angel hunters, you are known as angeleros, but there is this other culture of hunters that instead of killing, they just catch the creatures and turn them into demons and train them and like bind them, and those are called diableros.
Oh, cool.
And the
Okay.
diableros basically use the demons, the devils as like fighting animals, like or guardian animals. They train them and tame them.
Right.
So you know there is possible to be somebody with demon wings. So you are not sure right now.
Okay. I think I'm going to be reckless and
Okay.
and try to get in, like stay hidden, but I want to see more, so I know who it is and know more information.
Okay, and the so Kike, no, you're Kike and Theo. What are you doing? Like you're down looking up at Chito, and do you want to do something?
Yeah, I'd like to see if there's a way I can sneak into the building.
Okay, maybe you can like find a door, a window or something. So you want to, and Theo, what do you want to do?
Yeah, I think that I am probably trailing Kike, just because I don't know what to do as a character. So I'm probably trailing him or them and waiting for them to, tell me what to do.
Okay. So I think I should roll sneak around then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's with Manya. So. Oh, ouch, ouch. I got snake eyes there.
Okay.
Nice.
So I'm not gonna sneak around very well here.
Hey, but at least I'm there.
I've got backup for my poor sneaking.
Mm-hmm.
It's your
Okay,
fault.
so
You messed it up.
okay, so as Cheeto was listening to this conversation up, you like look for a place to get in and go somehow around the house, and then as you shift, like turn one of the house corners, you bump into somebody. It's clearly a guard that's there, like doing rounds in the house, and when you look at you, like, hey, what are you doing? And you see like he motions like to get some, maybe he's gone, something like that. So it is you there. I'm just behind you is Theo. What do you do?
So I think my reaction is I have an ability here on second stage. I can make myself invisible, and so I think that's what my first reaction is. Just like bloop, I'm gone.
Okay, cool. So mark your
for that.
stress, and then you're invisible now. Nice.
Yeah. So
sorry, like, what the?
Sorry, Teo. I kind of hung you out to dry there. I'm not like gone, but I'm just invisible, so they can't see me to do anything to me.
So I'm just I don't remember all my moves by memory, so I need to check. It says to normalize, something like that, right? To regular or normal eyes, or no?
Yeah, it says normal eyes.
Yeah, so Theo can still see you because he's turned into a Nahual.
Okay.
He's transformed.
Can you tell that I'm invisible to everyone else?
I think we've done this before. Like you just
maybe he's used to that.
Aside.
Maybe your scent color changes when you turn.
And I think that and
also the reaction of the guy is like, what that also signals like you just disappeared. Mm-hmm. So you have this moment, like for him, like this moment of surprise for him. What do you want to do?
Yeah, because I think I'm gonna try to slip past them while he's surprised.
Yeah, cool. Teal. He's looking at you now because like
Yeah.
his kick is gone.
Mike, you're a bit staticky to me. I don't know if you're like that for the others as well, but
Yeah, he was a little staticky there.
Just for the last little bit too, it was weird.
yeah. I think what I'll do is I'm going to look to the aura of Kike and like wait for my signal, because this is what Kike does, right? Like Kike just tells me to like what's our relaciones. You always ask for my help when things get violent. So like maybe like you like signal me somehow. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like I think Kike Tio is waiting for you to like asking if you signal him like to take this guy down or
You
something.
need to help with, since things seem like they're getting violent, right?
Yeah. That's I'm kind of leaving that part up to you, because I'm not gonna go up against these guys in a fight.
Maybe like this is like one of your signals to me, is that you just like disappear and leave me there.
Yeah, because maybe in the past what we've done is like I disappear, you take them on, and then I like get them in the back because they don't know I'm there while they're occupied fighting you.
Yeah, so I think like this is all true, and I think that like I am like this huge dog, right? And I think like anthropomorphic werewolfy dog, and I think that I like crouch low and just like spring right at them, and I am like this huge like massive muscle in the air, and we're seeing like my like bike jacket has kind of like become my skin, but it's like tight over my muscles now, and I think like there were these like red stripes that went down the sleeve, so like these like red stripes like go down like a tattoo on my skin kind of.
Nice.
And yeah, I've just got claws, and I'm just like, I don't even know these dudes, but they're going down. This is my impulse.
Okay, cool. So you're gonna sail someone.
That's right. That is a 9 plus Gara, which I have 3 of, I believe, because we're third stage, right?
Your second stage.
Oh, but I thought like you said to go.
Oh yeah, you bought yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's true.
that would put me at a 12.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's how this is also new to the game. Before since you played, I have now like bring on this concept of like threat levels. So, and it's kind of tied also to the levels, to the stage of transformation that you do. So 0 level would be like a regular person, like I'm 0 level threat, and normal people 0 level threat. Level 1 would be like somebody with a weapon, with a gun, and but that can also knows how to use it. Like maybe if I get a gun, I have never used one, I'm still 0 level threat because I'm not good at it. I don't know how to use it. Then it goes up like with the a second level threat would be kind of similar to your stage of transformation. And as the stages, like as the gap between the threat levels increases, you are like more likely to take down somebody, or more likely to be unable to do anything to somebody. Like for example, if you are threat level 1 and you face like an archangel who is maybe threat level like 5, you are like not gonna scratch him or anything. So closer the threat levels differences are, is like it's more likely for you to fight like in similar how do you say ground. So you are now like you in stage 2 now are threat level 2, and he's a trained guard, so his threat level is 1, but you are 1 higher. So normally everyone does to everyone else. There is the harm levels in the playbooks. It is low, heavy, and deadly harm. So in a normal confrontation in equal grounds, it will be the parts will be doing each other heavy harm. So if you were both 2-level threat, you will both be doing each other heavy harm. But since you are 1 higher than him, you will be doing to him deadly. So that's like, and in a nutshell, how the fighting and harm and stuff works. So you got a 12, and the move says that you inflict your harm as established. So we have established that your harm is deadly. And if you have gotten a 7 or 9, you will be choosing 1, but you didn't. So you totally just like do deadly harm to them. To the guy. So you want to kill him or just knock him out?
Oh, I'm killing this dude for sure.
Cool.
Yeah, I think that I think this is the reason why you guys don't like taking me places. Because I totally like I'm in the air leaping toward this guy, and I think like when I land on him, I just like start like removing limbs. I'm just like pulling him apart. And my claws go through him like butter. And then I'm just like in like this mess of like gore basically.
Okay.
And
so just like do you first of all, do you like get his throat so he can scream, or do you totally let him scream in pain?
Oh man, I probably like to scream, so I'm not.
Hardcore.
Okay. Screaming coming. Okay, so let's leave that there. So while this is happening, you're trying to sneak in Cheeto into the place to get a better look. So roll your sneak out.
Okay, is it okay if we take a bio break real quick though?
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I have. Sorry. Yeah, let's take 5.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
I did not realize I left my camera on. Should be okay. It's always like, How are we all feeling?
Good.
Good. So, Fraser, you want to go up with your scene?
Yeah, sure. So I'm sneaking, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that's Manya. I've got 1 talent. Okay, let's see what happens. I rolled, well, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I got a 12.
Oh, cool, nice. So you have those 3 holds.
Yeah, move past or close to a watchful threat, seize an exposed asset or resource, secure a strong position or a safe exit. Cool.
So you managed to. I will say, I will ask you to. Well, no, they're not watchful. Really, they are just talking between themselves. Yeah. So I'll say like you. But maybe you will pay 1 hold to secure a strong position, like some way behind some furniture or something like that.
Sure. Yeah, I creep into the area and hide.
Yeah, and you see, this is some sort of fancy studio kind of thing. There's a fancy desk there and some bookshelves and stuff like that. And now that you are sneak to the other side and are in this like secure position looking at them, you see now that this creature that has that has these wings, they are feathered wings, but the things that is weird is that he also has like a devil tail, like a demon tail. So it's some sort of like hybrid. You have never seen one of these, but you have heard like rumors about those angels that they are kind of called double agent angels. Like they are like sometimes with the heavens for like the angels, and sometimes with the demon. So this guy is kind of like weird. And they keep talking and they start like to talk about some sort of like big project that they want to begin. And you also hear uh, the winged fellow say something about the boss, like he's not actually the boss. Like he mentions like, yeah, the boss wants this to be like without any more delays and things like that. You want to like stay there and hear the whole thing and see, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, I'll keep watching. Maybe I'll try to figure them out.
Okay, cool.
That's Barrio. I don't think I'm good at that. We'll see. Barrio 0. So not bad, not good, nothing. Let's see. I got a 9.
Cool.
So
you can ask 1.
I think what I want to know is what their true intentions are.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, and you kind of like, we can say that you kind of pick up this from the whole conversation. Like they keep talking about the plan, this and that, and what you gather is that their true intention is like to, they want to, I don't know if produce is a word, but I was gonna say mass produce, but they are not something that they are producing. Like have this whole operation like some sort of like big business of hunting angels and killing them and using the meat, like absorbing a lot of like small like angel hunter business and have them all work for them so that they can profit where basically like turn like a. You're not exactly sure what you're doing, like what they will be doing. Apparently, like they will not be doing like food things, like they want to use the meat like to other stuff, like to. They mentioned like other countries and research and science stuff. Like they want to try to like use the like see what else can they take or can they get from the dead angels, not only like you also hear that like this condescendent kind of talking about the angel hunters, like yeah, they're so stupid, they only do tacos and butcher chops and things like that, but like they what they want to do is like see what else can they do of these, like what other properties can they bring out. Maybe there's military things that they can do with the angel bodies, or who knows, like medicine thing, and like they want to bring up like this small like business thing, local, very very small, to a huge like corporation that may be doing other stuff. That's kind of like what you gather when suddenly you hear some screaming outside, some painful screams of somebody if they were like turning their limbs apart and all that, and you see both of them like turn on, what the hell's that, and you see the fellow that went to your place, the middleman. It's kind of all scary and jumpy, and you see this other like the winged creature, like the winged like angel. It's kind of like how you say, is like on guard, like he gets on guard because of the thing. Their guy almost like clearly is almost like cheating his pants because of the screams. So and he's walking towards the door that it's outside and may pass close to you. So what do you want to do?
I want to make sure I'm still hidden. And my plan is that if he's going to go check it out and then attack, like I probably like assume that it's Tio. Like, oh yeah. So that maybe when he goes and looks, then I'll get him from behind after.
Okay. Yeah. So he goes like, but he doesn't go through the window. He goes towards the house, and you kind of sneak behind him. The other guy stays there, like he almost got in underneath the desk, like all scared. And and as you follow him, you see that he's more like calling for guards instead of like going himself to look at the thing. So the first thing you hear him like guards. You hear him say that, and I don't know if you're gonna like immediately stop him there, or you wanna let him.
Yeah. Is there an easy way to tell if he is the like higher or lower power level than me?
Okay, so maybe let's say you're trying to trust your instincts here.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Oh, I'm really good at that.
And this is your good stat, yeah.
8, 10.
Cool. So yeah, and since you're also like transformed, like this move changes a lot depending on the. If you're just a regular human, I will tell you like human perception level of stuff. But since you're transformed, you kind of like have this supernatural perception also kicking in through this trust your instincts. And yeah, you maybe get like, I don't know how I'm going on until he's kind of like he will be level 3 threat. So you can even like currently you're level 2, but if you want, you can kick your transformation to the 3rd stage, which I gave you all. And but let's talk about how do you perceive this? How do your Nahual tells you this is a level 3 threat.
Maybe. Oh, I know. Since it looks like the forest to me, right? He looks like a predator instead of prey.
Cool.
Yeah, like
nice.
like just a dangerous predator that's maybe even like representative of some sort of natural predator of deer. I'm not really sure what that would be, but yeah. Sure. Yeah. It says that I can ask a follow-up question for 10 plus.
Oh yeah, sure. Ask.
Is it a good idea to take him on or better to leave?
It depends on what are your intentions. Like, you have the info you wanted. Like, what are your like, you want to stop this whole operation thing right now, or do you want to, like, depending on your intentions, like.
Yeah. Well, maybe I'll put that to the other players too. For the rest of this session, do you guys think it would be fun just to like have a fight here, or leave and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like considering the time, I feel like this is like the conclusion, sort of, to this little episode. So I'm feeling like we should like lean into it for sure, and I guess that involves confronting this angel demon guy.
Sure.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Okay.
So yeah,
Cool.
I am perfectly fine ripping. Yeah, I'm perfectly fine ripping more people to shreds and savoring their screams.
Cool.
Okay, so to answer your question, if you like change to third stage, you are in a more even ground, so you can probably take him. And especially if you can also, like, if Tio and Kike also come, like, I mean, you have backup. Like, it's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Okay. I'll try to take him on, especially when I see that he's about to start trying to get more people to come and stuff. And I'm like, oh.
Okay, so I'm totally like coming with this on the fly, but since you're already at stage 2 and you want to change to stage 3, there is one stress of difference that you will be needed to pay only.
Sure. I pay it.
Cool, and then you will be assailing him?
Yes. And I'm looking at my... Oh, and I have you move with uncanny reflexes in dangerous situations. Oh, but that's when I get hit. Okay, so that'll come in handy. Okay, yeah. So assail is Garla. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So that was the set that I increased anyway. And that's a 9.
Cool, okay.
Choose one. I end up in a tough spot.
Cool, okay. So you inflict heavy harm because you are now the two of you are now same threat level. And yet, I imagine you use your kukri.
Yep. Yeah.
Knife, okay. Yeah, you get him like as he's kind of screaming, and I don't know how do you assail him? You go for the back or try to go for the neck, or what are you trying to do?
Yeah, I think as he is moving away from me, I sneak up from behind, and we see me like reach behind me to take out my knife, and then I like stand up, put my hand on his shoulder, and use that as leverage to drive it into his side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So this is also the room you walk out. It is like it is also like a walkway around in the second floor, so you can see the first floor down. It is like the entrance hall there. So yeah, he just screamed once, and you take him up and put the knife through him, and he screams and turns to you, like try to start a fight with you, but you also see that some of the guards managed to respond to his first call. So you hear steps. You hear steps in the first floor, but they are not visible yet. They are not yet to be seen where they are coming. So you two outside start to listen to the force inside, like the shout first of guards, and then some sort of fighting starting there inside the house. So, Kike, what are you doing while Theo finished to rip the arms of this?
So are these guards that I failed to sneak past on the first try, are they out of commission and I can get past
Yeah, it
them
was
now?
just one.
Because
Yeah, that's he's totally dead.
Okay. So I want to enter the building.
Cool. Yeah, there's a window there that you can use now.
Okay.
And as you enter to the main hall of the house. There is stairs on both sides of the living. It's kind of a living room. On both sides there is stairs that go up to a walkway that is there. And as you enter, you can see up there is Cheeto fighting a winged humanoid. It looks like an angel, but from here you can't see its tail yet. Yes, and but you also see like in some of in the first floor there is like doors underneath that walkway, and you see like two guys coming out from there. You are still invisible, by the way.
Okay, so do I stay invisible until I decide not to be?
Yeah, I mean, kind of like for the scene, something like that.
Okay.
Or if you want to become visible, you will. You tell me.
Okay. So I want to try something. So these other guys are coming out, and I want to kind of trick them into going somewhere else rather than me trying to fight them. So I want to try using my guise move here,
okay.
Where I can. So I'll become visible, but become visible.
Disguised, yeah.
Disguised. Okay, so I'd mark 2 stress to look like someone particular, 1 stress to look like a general type of person. So would I need to know what that person looks like to disguise myself as them? Would I need to have seen them?
If you wanted to use the specific person, yes.
Okay. So
I mean, you can do now. Right now you can do like the guy that went to. Let's say like maybe you did see him when they were talking outside your taco outside your taqueria. So maybe you can.
Yeah. So I want to. I'll disguise myself as him because I want to basically tell the guards, you need to go that way, and like point them in the totally wrong direction, like have them run out the front door.
Okay, so you pay your 2 stress, and then you will roll with Mania to see how your guys turns out.
Okay, I'm almost full on stress here. What happens when you fill up on stress?
You mark any trauma.
Okay. All right, so
you clear it and then mark any trauma.
Yeah, and roll. So I'm just gonna get rid of my old dice here. Okay. So roll 2d6. Oh, geez. Oh, so that's a 5 total.
Okay. Yeah. So on a miss, your mirage will have a flaw or deficiency. Okay, I'm gonna say that your voice sounds weird, not like that guy's voice. So that would throw him off a little. So you will have to, if you have done it like perfectly cool, then they will just follow orders. But since your voice is kind of weird, so I'm gonna make you make a fuss to try to make them go where you want.
Okay, so what do I have to do? I'm sorry.
So you're gonna use the basic move of making a fuss.
Okay, make a fuss. Okay, sorry.
That's fine.
Okay, so that's a Amanya again. So let's get rid of the old base there. 6. There we go.
Nice.
All right, so that's 9, and then add my 2. That's 11. Finally got a good roll here.
Okay. Yeah, they totally fall for it. Like, yeah.
So I realized, like, I'm imagining, like, I realized my voice is off, and so I like cough and I'm like over there.
Cool.
Try to cover it up.
Okay, yeah, they fall for it and they go in the direction you want them to go. So, Theo, like you're finish off this guy and you start to hear also like the things happening inside the house.
Right. I want to get a fix on this enemy that we have here, and I like to imagine that maybe I mark a stress to like see by scent what's happened here and realize that this demon guy is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think I like see like his like in like a smoky figure walking by. That's just a memory, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like a smell memory. So I think that I totally see that, and then I'm going to eat a. I think I'm going to try to track him using my Bloodhound ability, which I think I have. The totem.
You mean the guy that went with you at the taqueria?
Yeah. No, I'm talking about the demon prince guy, the angel demon person.
Okay.
Yeah.
I asked because Bloodhound is more like, I mean, it is you just need like to peek through the window, you will see him. Like Bloodhound is like when I want to find in the city this person I'm looking for, and you like do
All
that.
right. Okay. So let me pitch something to you. I want to like Mr. Kool-Aid smash through the wall at him, and I know that in the 3rd stage there's a phase through a solid wall. Can I be like that guy that just smashes through?
yeah, no, totally, and yeah, because like 3rd level of 3rd stage is like you are you're like at that kind of power level that you can just easily like burst a wall through.
Yeah, I will totally go crazy and spin a stress to like just like cannonball myself through this wall. And I think like I look like a freaking monster. Like I'm covered in blood and like my teeth are dripping with blood, and yeah, I just like smash through this wall like right by him. And let me take the so to go up to 3rd stage, I take a stress, right?
Yes, or you can, since remember that
I have the hearts.
Yeah, the heart basically is worth 1 stress for the transformation. So instead of marking that one, you can just eat that.
Yeah, that's what I do. I just eat a heart. And are these like actual hearts? Or these are cactuses, right?
Yeah, these are the cactuses. Yes,
the cactus fruit or whatever it is. But yeah, I like totally like I still have like my jacket pocket even though I'm transformed. So like it's almost like I reach into my sock
yeah.
like pull out this cactus fruit and just like gnarl into it. And then I think that as this happens, I kind of like become like my hair grows a little bit more, right? My fur grows a little bit more, or my tail gets a little bit longer, and I think I think that like we just see like my nostrils flare a little bit, and
Yeah,
I just like
nice.
smash through this wall, and I want to do. Yeah, I want to know how they react, and I'm intending to go wild dog on them.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so yeah, you totally surprised them, surprised the angel, and I guess I don't know, like a cheetah. Are you surprised too? Like you're like struggling with him. He turned and he was. You actually saw that his hand started like to get like hot, like if they were like
like hot metal or something.
yeah, or burning coal.
Okay.
Yeah, and he was going after you. He was going to try go after you, Cheeto. But then this wall next to you too, like like burst into a big hole, and then here comes like Tio after this. So yeah, you can totally go wow him. Like he's totally surprised. Like he wasn't expecting that.
All right, cool.
Because,
so
especially because all his attention was on Cheeto.
yeah, wild dog. When you unleash your inner wild side upon your enemies, mark stress and roll with Gaia. All right, so I'll mark a stress. That puts me at 4. And let me re-roll these. I don't think they re-rolled. Let me try that again. Okay, that is a 6 plus 3 is 9. So
okay, so
you get one complication there. Yeah. I really love the miss though.
So what are you choosing? Sorry, you got a 9, right?
Oh, I choose one. Oh, I thought you chose one. Okay, I choose. I think I'll choose that they inflict harm on me.
Okay.
Yeah, and I take -1 forward.
Cool. So here's the thing: you're inflicting terrible harm upon them. So you will normally be doing each other heavy harm because you're both third. But since you're wild of those terrible harm, you will be like doing deadly instead.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah,
So, like,
and
I like murder, but like they get a good swipe in.
yeah, yeah. So usually, like angels will like the NPCs like soldiers and humans and regular like low level NPCs kind of thing only resist one of each type of harm. Like if the threat is higher in level, they will maybe like you, for example, play characters resist like 2 of each, and maybe an archangel will take like 3 of each or something like that. But for the purpose of like wrapping up, and because I also want like a little chat with you all afterwards, I'm gonna say that you were gonna take him down with just 1 deadly harm. So how do you kill this guy?
Yeah, no, I'm a bit confused about the harm stuff, honestly.
Okay.
But yeah, so how like basically mechanically, how much harm am I doing to him? Am I doing like
yeah,
lethal amount of harm, or
yeah, for example, like you have in your playbook your harm. It's 2 of each level that you can withstand 2 low harm, 2 heavy harms, and 2 deadly harm, like in the boxes.
Okay,
there.
and so
for example, if you totally from the get-go get 2 deadly harms, and even if your other harm are clear, you die because you are taking 2 deadly harms. It's all you can take. But for example, if you are fighting with someone who is doing heavy harm to you and you already mark 2 heavy harms and then he does another heavy harm to you, since you don't have enough boxes now, it will be deadly now.
Oh, okay. So if I've already taken 2 low harm, and someone deals me low harm, I mark a heavy harm. That's basically the idea that works, right? Okay. So if I'm dealing harm to this archangel, and I'm doing like 1, you said deadly harm, is that right?
Yes. Yeah, because when so the way to establish harm between fighting parties is like if they are same threat level, they will both do each other heavy harm. It's always 1 harm. Like
okay, yeah. So it could be quite extended normally, right? Like if you're playing like a longer game or campaign.
Yeah, but for example, if there is like a threat, a creature that's higher than you, they will be doing to you deadly harm.
Yeah, so that would definitely shorten your
exactly.
your speed. Yeah.
So what I'm saying, what I was explaining is that usually, for example, I will give this creature like 2 deadly harms, like similar to your playbook, 2 boxes on each row. But for the purposes of wrapping up this one shot, I will give him only 1 deadly harm. So with 1 deadly harm that you are doing to him, you will be taking him down. You will be killing him.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, what was that?
That kind of clear now?
Yeah. I think that sounds good. I think I'm totally going to go to town on this angel demon person, but I'd like to know, like, what's my 7 to 9 harm that
like
do to me?
I was like
I mean, I just like leap on top of them and like
and
down to the ground.
He had his hands already like burning, so he tries to take you off with his hands, his burning hands. Like he burns you on the side or on
the chest, totally, like right there. That's awesome.
And but even like you are also so into your wild side that you don't care about the pain that he's causing you with this burning, that you're still like with. And I'm guessing that you're using your jaws like a dog, like tearing him like down to.
Okay, yeah. Here's what I do. Like I like jump on top of him, and he raises his hand to like block me as I like fall on top of him, and I like scream, and then I like take my big freaking claw and just like scoop his arm out of his shoulder socket, and that like we get a shot from outside, and like that hot arm just like flies through the window.
Okay.
and then we just like cut back to inside, and I have his neck in my jaws, and I just like snap his spine with my jaw, with my teeth.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So and the other guys like the guards that were like misled and all that, when they found nothing, they were kind of like coming back, but when they see like this arm flowing out, and then they kind of see this doggy humanoid there like tearing down the boss, like they are what, they run out. Cool. Yeah, so let's wrap it there, so we can like have 20 minutes to talk a bit about your impressions and all that stuff. Maybe there's some roses and thorns. Is that okay with you?
Yep.
Cool. So who wants to start with some thorns first, and then with the roses?
I have a suggestion. I would really suggest. I know that this is like a really like thought out setting, and like it's based on like comics and everything, but I think it might be to the detriment of play to do like a lot of exposition. I think it would really just be better just to describe things in a more cinematic fashion, like what do we see on screen, right? And I think like the part where you did this that was really good, where you just said that this guy has an angel wings and a devil tail, and I think like that is a good like example of how you can just like jump to the chase. but I know there were parts where I was like tuning out a little bit just because there was like a lot of like background information going on, and I appreciate that, but it's part of the context of like I think the convention, you know, is like there's a little bit of burnout going on with everyone, and I'm definitely feeling it myself. So I think that, you know, in situations like this in particular where you're doing like one shots,
Cool.
it may be to your benefit to consider to consider you know, the amount of exposition that's going on, and how much, you know, how long it's going on for. And I think that, yeah, I think that would definitely help your experience.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. And Stentor, maybe you want to go?
So the one thing that you know, because there's a lot of really cool stuff in here. I love the way you've written some of these moves. The one thing that tripped me up a little, and I'll preface this by saying it may be a like play style difference kind of thing. All right, so you know, take this as this is why it didn't click quite as much for me, whether or not that means it's like needs to be changed or something. But when we were doing this setup and we were having to pick our type of business that we did, you know, we had to pick either the taqueria or the butcher shop or the cantina. Those felt fairly similar to me. Like, you know, they're different, but they're all food service type of businesses. And that was part of, like, it was a little difficult to be like, okay, well, why would I want to be a cantina instead of a taqueria or vice versa? And, you know, so I guess that's how wide open do you want to make the world building for players in terms of what different things could you do with an angel once you've killed it, right? Because, you know, not having read the comics that this is based on, you know, I could make up a billion different, you know, crazy things you could do with angel parts after you kill them. That aren't necessarily food related. So that felt a little limiting because like we had to make this choice, but it wasn't a very broad choice. So I guess either like open it up really wide, like, and you could be doing all kinds of different things with angels, or like take out that aspect of the choice and it's just like you're some sort of a food service thing, and it's like that's just what you're doing, that's part of the game. Nice. And then focus the choice making on things like where we had to pick, do we have the, you know, are we popular, do we have the assistant, those kind of choices. Because I felt like the like, you know, taqueria versus cantina choice was like it was too much in the middle, right? Either don't give us a choice or give us like a really broad choice on that.
Got it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you're looking for like idea pitches. Are you open to like hearing some ideas on that front?
Yeah, totally. That's fine.
Yeah, like I had just like the brief idea, right? Like just now when Stentor was talking, that like it might be cool if like you could make alcohol out of the angels or something.
Yeah, actually, you do. You can. There is with the blood.
That's part of the bar one, right?
Cantina, yes.
The cantina. Yeah, maybe you could like even like expand that concept or something. I'm not sure if I'm right on this historical fact, but don't some like really old like missions and churches and stuff, don't they like make beer? Is that like a thing? Am I just like completely off there? But I'm not sure.
I don't know about Mexico. I know in like Belgium there's monasteries that
maybe I'm like thinking like super far away then. But yeah, I know I'm like a distillery or something.
Yeah.
Right? Like some kind of distillery might be like a really different kind of setting, right? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's very good feedback. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I think about some ways like to broaden that.
That said, like myself, I really enjoyed like having the problem and everything kind of contributing to the taqueria that we used. And I've played the cantina in the last one, and I will say that they were pretty similar feeling. I'm not sure it had the problem last time. I can't remember that much, but no, I did enjoy, like, you know, in this one kind of taking on that idea that we're preparing like meat and stuff. And so that was really cool to kind of play off of that and be like, oh yeah, we have this room upstairs that every morning I go in there and I chop up all the angel, the angel parts.
Okay, cool. Okay, thank you. And so the Frasers and Thorn.
The only thing I can think of is maybe some of the relations is some of them are samey. I like that they goalpost what my character is about and what they should be doing a lot. But some of them are pretty similar, so I think if you had a lot of players, you'd be getting a lot of the same situations coming from them.
Okay.
Yeah, I like everything else. I don't know.
Yeah, okay, so maybe some quick rows. Okay, just to finish, maybe some quick roses.
Oh yeah. Do you want me to start?
Yeah, that's okay. We can go back to Philip.
Whatever you want to do.
I can go ahead. That's fine.
Cool.
Yeah. So I you know, continue to kind of love what you're doing with this game.
Thank you.
I'm like pretty sure that you're gonna have me as a background Kickstarter when you launch it. When I think you said you launch it like in a few days, right? So
yes.
Yeah, I definitely love that this is a game that kind of gives you the freedom to play these personalities of a sort and experiment with them. I liked that I felt like I had my tropiness as well as I had, you know, my, you know, nuanced kind of relationships with everyone. And I thought that was like one of the most fun parts of the session was when I was like, you know, oh yeah, you know, like I have this childhood thing with Stinter's character, and you know, like in my eyes, I can't like say no to them because they're gonna like kick me out of the pack. But in their eyes, they're terrified of me. So I thought it was really cool, like exploring that interpersonal stuff for sure. And of course, I always love a good opportunity to barf forth Apocalyptica. And I feel like the equivalent in that game is like all the Nahual stuff. So I just had a lot of fun talking about that. I also really like to talk, like I said earlier, kind of like establishing our daily life type situation with the barrio and the Tangero, El Tongado. Sorry, but yes.
Cool. And then Philip, the story center.
Yeah, there's so much really good stuff in here, and as someone that generally really prefers one shots, like this makes me want to play a campaign just because I feel like there's stuff that we didn't get to explore. There's all kinds of things that didn't get to come out because we only had a few hours to do it. And cool. I in particular, I thought the set of basic moves that you have is really good. It seems to hit that spot of covering all the bases that you need, you know, and being general without being just a like, you know, catch-all kind of moves. And then I think the same thing with the playbooks, I thought hit that sweet spot of being really evocative. Like I looked at the Tlaquache playbook, and even just looking at the first few things, I was like, I have an idea of what kind of characters in this playbook, but at the same time, I felt like I could really customize it, and I could go. There were different directions I could go within that, and I wasn't being like, you know, shepherded into just a single character concept. So I could, I can envision playing this game again, picking that same playbook, but making a very different sort of character out of it. And so I think you did a really good job of hitting that sweet spot with the playbooks.
Awesome, thank you. Cool, and then finally Fraser.
Yeah, similar to everybody else, I like the structure and I like the flavor of everything. It's very good at communicating what you ought to be doing with the playbook. Like, it's very quick and it's on point with what the little blurb about each playbook is. I like that a lot. I thought that the XP system is really cool. I could see it taking a while to get through it, and it's all evocative and interesting, whereas I feel that that's like the biggest struggle for a lot of PBTA games where you're just like, whatever, I don't really care about an advancement, whereas this one that's all like really cool stuff and feels like it would take a while. And I like the give and take of the stress. So like the stress will unlock traumas, you'll get more XP, but it's kind of got the blades in the dark thing where like the more you get is also bad for you, and then eventually you'll kind of like get out.
Yeah.
And I like that everybody doesn't have a choice. They're Mexican and they're poor, and then they're just like in this culture. They have all the really evocative stuff is all Mexican, even though it's a English playbook, and I like that a lot. That's really cool. Yeah, like all of it's really good.
Thank you.
Yeah, and yeah, like Center was saying, the whole time I was playing, I was like, "This is so cool! I want to learn more about this world." And like, can I get the comic? What is going on?
Cool. Yeah, thank you.
I really like the non-colonial aspect of it. Like, this is the first time I've seen like a different view of Catholicism that is like they're colonial and shitty and conquest, like they came to kill people, and instead of being venerated, they're like bad people or at least capitalist pigs and embodiments of those cultures instead of being projected onto this one. And so I like the idea that we kill them and then we consume them for sustenance, even though they're the people that are like subjugating us and oppressing us. It's very cool.
Cool thing.
I just wanted to jump in real quick and say that you've done a really good job with these edits on this playbook. Like the like contextualization of all of the language that you're using.
Okay.
It's working like so much better now. Like everything kind of clicked with me, and I didn't feel like I needed to ask to have things translated at all, really. Like the only thing I asked you to translate was to Spanish, So that was really cool, and I really felt like I was immersed. So thank you for that. That was
awesome. Now thank you also to all of you for helping me playtest this new iteration. Actually, this is the first playtest of this new iteration I do, and the first venado, the first deer I have in the game too. So yeah, and like my thorn usually is this that this game, as you mentioned, requires more than one session. Like I'm gonna try to include some sort of chapter about doing one shots, like this thing that I did to give you 30 stage. So instead of you needed to go through all the first to third, second to third. Mm-hmm. So I give you more power. So let's crank this up and do a one shot. But yeah, I'm sure this will require more than one session. And yeah, and my rose is that I always love the characters that your characters that you do, and your characterization of the character, the personalities that you create, and also the description that you made of them. Yeah, I also enjoyed very, very much that. So thank you very much for joining me. And Kickstarter will be launching next week. The plan is to launch next Tuesday if things go according to plan. My plan was to launch this past Tuesday, but at some point I said I'm not gonna make it. I'm gonna need to push it 1 week. So, but let's hope I don't need to push it any further. So.
But it sounded like a good idea anyway. So many games dropped last Tuesday anyway. It would have been crazy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool. So thank you everybody, and keep enjoying Gauntlet Con.
Yeah, you too. It was great meeting you for the first time, playing with you for the first time. And
Yeah, thank you so much.
It was such a great time. Thanks, Mike.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.